Hey, everybody, it's Ash here. That looks pretty good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 signs here that are base coated that I need to get painted. These were ones that we had picked out actually last week whenever we were doing that. And I just got done playing around, I guess you could say, with a loose stroke new technique that I am bound determined to get mastered at some point, but it's going to probably take a little while. Maybe not mastered. Mastered's probably not going to be the word. Comfortable with. It's probably always going to be challenging because it's definitely not natural. But I just got done with playing around with that, and I need to actually get some work done of things here. And so I thought that we would chit chat. And I have a lot of stories from being a sign maker over 14 years. So I thought maybe some of our members at some point might pop on and will give me a story that they think that I should tell all of y'all that are maybe new. So I thought that we would just chit chat. I think I'm going to actually turn this light off so I can see. Does that really affect everything? Does it look nicer with it on? It really does, doesn't it? Let's get started in. So these are reusable stencils. If you are brand new, this is kind of what we specialize in around these parts here, and kind of what I teach people inside of our painting memberships of how to be, or membership, the CMM, of how to be able to make and use reusable stencils. And so a lot of our SVGs have things in them that are called bridges. So you see how like that A there has that line? It's so that middle part doesn't fall out. So if you were used to using stencils that are vinyl, they don't have those marks in them because it's sticky and it sticks down to your surface that you are making your stencil, putting your stencil onto. But with reusable stencils, unlike vinyl, they are multiple uses. So you can use a stencil multiple times, which ends up saving you money and time. So once we design it, it takes a little bit longer for designing. However, it saves you so much time because you don't have to weed and you don't have to, it's not cut every time, a lot less wear and tear, those kinds of things. So those are the kinds of things that we focus in on around here on the page, and we're going to get started in with that. So if you guys have been, in my wheelhouse around me for a long time, give me some suggestions here of a funny story or a story that I have or whatever that you think anybody that's new here to the page might find interesting. And I'm going to get started in. I'm just working on white signs. These are all going to be black, kind of boring, but these are all really good sellers of ours. And we are restocking a full wall. I haven't got very many steps in so far today. I'm at 1,101. I need to get that up a little bit. After I get done painting, maybe I'll go on a little short walk. I don't know how many times I've used this stencil here, but it's been multiple. Well, the silo is always a funny story for the newbies. Oh, man. Oh, the silo story. Yeah. That is a good one. Is there anybody on here that, it's funny actually that you say that. Is there anybody on here that's like kind of scared to put yourself out there, like trying something new, or you do something like for the first time or the second time and you just can't quite get it right? Like, it's just one of those things that, like, you really want to learn the technique, or you really want to, expand your tool belt is what I always call it, with different paint techniques and whatnot. But it's kind of turns out to be a little bit of a failure. Is there anybody on here that has experienced that. I feel like most of us that are in the art world, crafty world, that is a fairly common thing that a lot of us go through. So that will lead me in. It's funny because I was trying a new technique to, like, I started it yesterday and I finished it out this morning. And, you know, it definitely has potential. Well, here, it's been several years ago now, probably 5 years ago. So here's my silo story, girls. So about 5 years ago, I have always loved the look of palette knife painting. But I had not really ever, you know, I just started out with doing reusable stencils and, well, I started out hand lettering and then started doing reusable stencils and whatnot. Well, I've always loved palette knife painting but I had never tried it before. And so I started in just kind of playing around. Well, then I thought, okay, well, I want to try a bigger painting. So I found, I don't even know where the picture was. I'm not even for sure. It was like a picture. It was a barn and it had a silo and like rows of cotton in it. And so I thought it was kind of my inspiration piece. I wanted to kind of make like a field and a barn. I think it was like a picture that I saw that I just thought was really pretty. And so I thought, I'm going to try to do this in palette knife. And so I started out, and I mean, I am proud of this thing. It could have probably been a little bit better in certain areas, but I thought I had really like nailed this painting. And I'm sitting at my kitchen table and I had thought that I was finished with it. And so Clint, my husband, he came in and he, you know, we've always been each other's, you know, critiquer. And we've have been high school sweethearts, and I mean, we are, you know, brutally honest with each other. Basically grew up together. And so he comes in and I said, hey, bud. And I'm like, I need your honest opinion about this painting. Now, mind you, my husband he's a quiet man. And Clint he's just a nice guy. Like, he's really quiet. He doesn't, you know, like, I don't know. Clint is just Clint. He's not a man of many words. Okay, so I'll put that out there. He's not opinionated like I am. Okay, so let me just throw that out there. He is a very quiet guy, and he looks at it and he gives me a compliment to start out, which was nice of him. And he says, "Well, you really nailed the barn wood on your barn." He goes, "It really does look like barn wood." And he goes, "But," and he kind of hesitated a little bit, and he said, "But that silo looks like a penis." and and I looked at it, and sure enough, but if you look at silos, they kind of do. So I was like, well, how am I going to fix that? You know, and so I didn't, and I want to let you guys know, man, that looks so crooked, but it's not. From where I'm sitting, it does, but want to let you girls know I didn't change anything with it. And I put it in my shop on the weekend that we opened up. It was our grand opening of our store, which would be 5 years ago this May. And it sold the day that we opened. So I just want to let you girls know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I am my own worst enemy. I overthink it and sometimes end up not doing something because I'm afraid. I had a client, a business coaching client, one time was really in her way. Like, she was in her own way. I feel like this is all of us in business. I mean, we just step in our own way and we are our own worst enemies so many times, you know, including myself. You know, I mean, we all go through this in business, you know, questioning things. Is this the right way? Is this whatever the case may be? But I had this coaching client one time, and I had never really thought, I had never been in the mindset that this person was, in the fact that she said, well, what if I put this out there and it goes over really, really well and I can't keep up? And I sit there and I thought about that. And I said, well, what a problem to have. I'm like, are you really not going to do it because you were afraid of success? And then it made me realize, she said, yes. And it made me realize there is a lot of people that are like, well, what if this does? And so she told me, she goes, yeah, but what if I can't keep up? I said, then you turn the listing off and you get caught up. And it was almost like a light bulb for her. I'm like, but let me tell you something. We can only wish that that will happen. That's not going to happen for 99% of us. It takes a lot of time and effort and building, week after week, month after month, and year after year to see something that is just going to be like, oh my gosh, like most of the time. Now, yeah, are there products that go viral? And absolutely. But as a seller, you always have the ability to be able to turn off a listing. So if that is you and you're afraid of success because you can't keep up, just know that that doesn't happen for most. And then also know that you have the power of what you are able to take on. I mean, just because something takes off doesn't mean that you have to take every single order within a certain amount of time. So don't let the fear of success hold you back either. Most of us have the opposite problem. We make and we make and we don't put ourselves out there. We make and we make and we're not seeing the results that we need. You're going to probably deal with that other than the other one. But there's a possibility. I'm not saying that that can't happen because there has been products that just, they just take off and they go viral. But usually those are short-lived. I just thought that was so interesting. I didn't realize, and there were several people that related to it. I didn't realize there was so many people that was afraid that if they were a success, how they would keep up. This one here says toilet rules. Ladies, please remain seated for the entire performance. Gentlemen, stand closer. It may be shorter than you think. I don't know if you guys have had time, if you guys are a part of our supplies group or not, but if you're not, we are revamping, like in the process of adding a lot of product and everything to our supplies website now. So we have reusable stencils. Our SVG Club designs retire after a year, and our SVGs from our painting membership retire after 3 years. Give our members exclusive rights to the designs for a certain amount of time before they ever make it public. But Peyton, that works here, has been working really hard on getting stencils up on the website. So we've been really revamping this year, getting more into supplies and reusable stencils. You guys have any questions about them? They're definitely a major time saver if you are, honestly, it's just smart if you've got a general design to have a reusable stencil versus using vinyl. So many people use vinyl and it just makes me cringe. So all of our SVGs though that we provide you, they already have the bridging in them, but we also do provide a vinyl version because all of the SVGs and anything that you guys get from us, they can be used in lasers. You can make vinyl with them, anything like that. You can make your stencils with vinyl, but you also get the bridged version in case you do want to make your own reusable stencils. So you actually get both. It's kind of one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of other programs. I don't know of any other program that does that. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys get both versions of those SVGs. You are my favorite pain in the ass. After doing this for 14 years, I have seen and heard a lot. It's really interesting how we all approach things differently. Just even with life experiences that we've had and what makes us feel a certain way. And it's pretty interesting, the human brain, how we can really stand in our way of things. How many times can we use reusable stencils if we purchase from the website? Well, if you're gonna purchase them, instead of learning how to make them, you can wash them. So you can, I usually will paint on a stencil 10, 12 times. 15 sometimes. It just kind of depends on the design. Your designs that have like real like tiny like lines and stuff in them, they will kind of fill up a little bit quicker. But whenever I used to buy mine, before I learned how to make them, I would have I got like a basin. I got one of those and I put hot water in it and a little bit of Dawn dish soap and Murphy's oil, and I just like would, after I would get done with my stencil, I would just put it in there, and then I would clean them that way. And then that way, I mean, you can use them for a long time. I mean, if you clean your stencils, I mean, you can use them for a very long time. I mean, I have one maker inside of the CMM. She does wash hers, and I feel like she said that she had used her one stencil up over 100 times because she just washes hers. Now, what I will say, if I was buying them, when I was buying them, I did do that. But once I started making my own, I kind of took the time that it took me, because it does take a little bit to clean your stencils. So if it took me 10, 15 minutes of my time, and in 15 minutes I could make up 3 more signs or 2 more signs that I could sell for, these here sell for $18 a piece. So 18 times 2 is $36. And I have spent that time going in and cleaning a stencil that only cost me $1 to make. I just started throwing them away because my time is money in business. So I started doing the math with everything. But whenever I was buying them, of course, they are more expensive. So it depends on the sign. If you're going to take care, you know, of them, you know, you could probably at least get 40 to 50 uses in washing and all of that, if not more. I mean, that's why, you know, they're reusable. So you definitely, it's a good investment. You're not gonna not be able to make your money back kind of out of them. This one here says, I prefer not to think before speaking. I like being just as surprised as everyone else by what comes out of my mouth. And I don't know from the video if you guys can tell, but these have multiple uses on them. And I don't have any of these in my store right now. So they have all sold. Our group has all kinds of people in it. It's got hobbyists, it has hand painters, it's got people who make bulk signs. We have online sellers, craft show goers, people that do paint parties, a lot of different kinds of styles in there. So there's a little something, I guess, in there for everybody, but you do have to want to paint. That is a must. If you want to be in there and you like designs and want to learn different techniques in paint, you have to be able to do that. I have an old sponge here. Being that I'm just using this one color, I'm just gonna trim this off. A lot of times I'll keep my old sponges just for this purpose, for just a variation in color with something, but I don't need a brand new sponge just to do one little thing. Let's see, like I could take this and then I could use that rooster onto something else if I wanted to. With reusable stencils, or maybe you really like this and like the and symbol, you know, here, like you could take that and use that on something else or whatever. So that's kind of a cool part about stencils too, like the reusable ones. You can kind of pick other things from them to make other designs too. Olivia is inside the CMM and she is a paint party queen. But yes, if you are interested in looking at the stencils, you go to creativemakersupplies.com. You can take a look. We have SVGs. We have a lot of SVGs on there, and you get commercial use with everything. And then we have stencils on there. We've about knocked these 8 signs out. I'll have 2 more after this one here. This one here says, I'm still hot. It just comes in flashes now. I think this will be a good one. I have an M here that I didn't touch all the way, it doesn't look like. This is another thing, if you do that, you cannot do this with vinyl. As soon as you peel that off, like you're done for. Reusable stencils, not so much. Man, that piece doesn't want to cover. There we go. Much better. this says, "This too shall pass." It might pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass. Okay, last one. It's actually not even a new holder, what I'm using right now. I've got a couple of different ones. The one that follows me around, I'm undecided about it, to be honest with you. I told you guys before I recommended it that I needed to kind of test it out with everything. It's really touchy. So, I mean, like any movement at all, it's wanting to move, which I'm not for sure is a great thing for artists. I feel for like the content creators that like clean houses or something, it might be good. It gets confused if there's more than one person. So if anybody walks by, it might pick them up too. So I'm going to say about that. This one here has a ring light that goes around it with a phone holder in it. I've actually had this one for a long time, and just haven't used it. But I do not have any new cameras. I've just been trying. Like I said, I purchased that one that follows me around, but it's a holder. And like you Bluetooth your phone into it. So what you guys been watching me on has still been my phone. And then I have the hover cam, which I've had that hover cam for a while. And what the SVG Club, probably the last year tutorials that I do for the bonus in there, that one has been what that has been recorded on. I almost made it with that little amount of paint that I had put out. This one said, "God said be still and know, not freak out and question everything." Funny usually sells best for me, so I have a tendency to do those. Of course, we've got, inspirational and spiritual and different things like that too that we do, just because not everybody has a sarcastic business. But I am telling you, funny and sarcasm, it wins every time for me. But it depends on your customer base too. Like yesterday we did the ducks, and Joni, one of our members, was saying like the people on her page were like, no. So I was curious, so I put it on my retail page, and you can tell, she goes, "I think it's a millennial thing." And I'm like, yeah, it probably is. We kind of got laughing and talking about that. I'm like, our ideal customer as far as selling home decor that we're creating and whatnot, really isn't somebody who is in retirement age because they're wanting to downsize. We need like the people that are building homes and, probably in their 30s to 40s wanting decor and that kind of thing. And not saying that older people don't, but you know what I mean? Like most of the time they're downsizing and everything. So I put it on my page, and several people were like, "Oh my gosh, I wish I'd have kept all of my stuff." So it's probably one of those things like the duck. It's a trend. Like my daughter, she's 17. She has 33 ducks and geese, right? But if the customer has already lived through a trend like the duck, they're probably not going to buy it. But it's very trendy right now. The younger people, and I had somebody comment and said, "I'm not interested in it, but my daughter who is 30 is loving this." So it's one of those things. You got to know who you're playing to, and creating stuff for all different, your ideal customer market, of course. I've had to change a little bit over the years with my ideal customer as far as that goes because of my storefront. I'm not just selling signs anymore. So we had to kind of go more gifty because we do have customers from their early 20s all the way up into probably, the early 70s. Those people, the older people, are coming in to get gifts for people. So that's kind of something to keep in mind too. We need to make a tougher than woodpecker lip sign. Where did that even come from? My issue is I teach with the standing easel, and so I can't have the camera block the canvas. If you want answers on all your questions, signs, paint parties, hand painting, social media, and techie stuff, join CMM. Well, thanks for the shout out, Olivia. I did not know that was a testimony. I truly appreciate it. As long as let's do this, because I have that set up here in the workshop, right? So we've got our painting workshop set up. We've got a big TV set up. if mine will go down up over me because I paint flat. However, if I am painting from an easel up here, you know, and I'm kind of catty-cornered, and we're not worried about them seeing this because it's going to be projected, I need my camera here. So let me see. We're going to pretend. I'm making a makeshift easel. So if I am painting like this, I need my easel, or not my easel, I need my camera, you know, kind of up like this here, and, or, you know, up kind of over, and you need a camera, which hopefully the equipment that you have, but if my camera is here, you need a camera that you can, you know, do that with, that you can zoom in and be able to zoom back out, kind of thing. On the hover cam that I have, there's like a plus and minus button that I can like zoom in to my hand. So hopefully your video equipment has that zooming capabilities to where it's not going to be in your way while you're teaching, you know, so we can have it out here, but then we can zoom in. And this is a ways away from me, back, like it's an arm length away. But if it had that zooming capability, you know, and then that would be what's projected up on your screen. So hopefully you'll have a zooming capability, then can find some kind of contraption, that you can hold up over. You probably, you know, let's go get some more coffee, build some sort of stand or something that is portable if you need to take it places, or it's permanent, whatever. I want them to be able to see the canvas too, because the TVs are not up front. It's at a sports bar. Oh, I see. Well, I feel like you could still do that. If I want to face this way with my class, I would want maybe my camera up over here and not in the way of anybody like sitting, you know, that can be kind of like zoomed in. If it's like on the edge of your table, maybe you can sit up in a more of a corner spot or whatever. It's just it'll take some setup time for sure to kind of see, you know, because you don't want to be in the way of anybody, you know. But if this is my classroom here, that's what I'm saying, you're going to have to build some sort of portable holder. I don't know with what kind of camera, but like with my hover cam, you know, it's real heavy. So I would just need, like, they have like those roll top, I'm just totally speaking from the top of my head, but they have those roll top tables that go up and down, you know what I'm talking about, and they're narrow and everything, and they can like push all the way down, or they can come up or whatever, an adjustable table that's small, because this is real heavy that I have. I don't know what yours is. But if you took something like that, obviously it needs to be portable if you're doing it, but if you took something like that and it was easy to be on a roller and you could raise it up enough, then you wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have to hold it. But maybe there's probably some small adjustable table that would be portable that could be tall enough. And with something like that, you know, you put your camera up and then you can have like a QR code set up for your next, like, you know, how you do so many classes. I mean, you could have your QR code set up on that little table, kind of decorated a little bit, extra supplies or whatever, but have that camera there so it wouldn't just look like a roll top, you know, table there with just like the camera pointing at you. But I'm doing my pop-up shop next week here at the store. And we're going to try to get some like more signs and that kind of stuff done. I am going to base coat a few things to work on. I'll let you know what I come up with and post it. Ooh, that would be great, Olivia. Yes. Post like the camera that you got, if you like it, that kind of stuff too. That would be really good. Let me go grab a few things that I'm going to base coat while we're talking. If you guys have questions, pop them in. I'll tell you, I've been drinking this black coffee. And I'm doing it, but I ain't digging it. It's a streaming camera, so it may be good for you too. Cool. Yeah, this is the thing that I have that has so your phone just fits right in to there, and then that turns on. And it makes a really big difference. And crazy part is I've had this for a while. And I don't even know when we got it, to be honest with you. But I just started using it recently, and it really does, like, I mean, the lighting and everything, it really does make a big difference. I wish the tutorial of how to cut the SVG club could be included in the SVG membership. You mean cut stencils? We do have a how to download them in there. But if you want all the deets, the CMM is where to be. I mean, I've poured my whole sign making career into that membership as far as all my resources. There's a full course, inside of there of how to make and use reusable stencils. Yeah, Dana, you're not going to get that. I'm sorry. You're not going to get it for $10 a month with everything else that comes with that. So if you want all the deets, you got to join the painting membership. I mean, there's a full course. It's called the Profitable Sign Making course, the name of the page here. And whenever you join the CMM, it's fully open. So you get access to all of the courses that are in there. There's all kinds of business courses. There's the Profitable Sign Making course. And then all of our vaults of designs and tutorials are all in there, plus the community, plus you get current designs, new tutorials, and a little bit of business coaching every month from me, that kind of thing. So everything's in there. Grant, yes, it is $47 a month, but you're not going to find a ton of programs that are going to give you, like, I've never been one of those marketing people. I hate it. Have you guys ever joined a webinar and it's like, learn, and then you get down to the end and it's like, here's the upsell of actually what you need to buy in order to get the information that you joined the webinar for anyway? You want to talk about pissing me right on off. If I sit through a webinar for an hour and a half to try to get this information that I needed, like, you've lost me as a customer. Is anybody else with me on that? I mean, that makes me so irritated. It's like it's false advertisement. So you'll never, I try not to do false advertising here of what you're going to get and all the things whenever you join any of our programs. Yeah. But, there's no... And this isn't anything, this is not a good marketing strategy, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. There's nothing that says that you have to stay in month after month after month. You know what I mean? Like, think about your business, and there's information that you need, and you can join for 2 months. Try it out. Take the course. $84. No, $94. So... There's nothing stating, we just have a 14-day cancellation policy because we do everything manually with all of your tags and everything. There's 14-day policy from your billing date to cancel, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So you can come in, try out the community, learn a tutorial or two. You can download, SVGs that you like. You can take the course that you want. You might be surprised. You might want to stay. That happens. Somebody posted that here. I asked for testimonies because we're getting ready to open up the CMM. Here right after paint week, we always open up the CMM. So I was asking for testimonies. We'll be getting our mentor program together for all of our new people and everything. And I asked for testimonies this week, and somebody said, I had every intention of coming in for a couple of months and, just getting what I needed, which there's people that can do that, right? Like, we don't have any rules against that. And she was like, and here I am 2 years later. So, that's not a good marketing strategy on my part, right? But we're all here to help each other. There's no secret sauce here. You get what you get with it. So, yeah, Terry, right? Those webinar people, I'll tell you. And what's the bad part is, I'm sitting there thinking, well, what if I wanted to do a webinar? These people have ruined it for other people. But I will be doing a big opening. If you're on the fence, I will be doing a big opening. We will go through step by step of the website each day. I'm kind of planning on doing a live to show you different aspects of our website of what you get access to. You guys will get to see testimonies from our current members and stuff about the community if you're a hobbyist and just want to be able to paint and learn and find people that are like you. There's stuff in there for businesses. We have members like Olivia, for instance, that just commented here. You know, she does a lot of paint parties and big paint parties. You know, so we have members in there that have all different kinds of experiences, but then there's also business trainings in there that, you know, help you with all different kinds of stuff. And then once a month, I still do some sort of business training in there, or we do open Q&A. Terry says, I joined last paint week of August. No plans to join. Joined and thought I'd stay for a few months, but this community of gals and people is amazing. They really are. And it's one of those things like, and I'm not saying I don't know how to promote it. Unless you experience it, I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it a try. I have a fairly successful booth, which does incorporate signs, so I know how to stencil, but new to the laser side, so I'm sure there will be plenty to learn. I want to be very clear. I do not have a laser course. There's not a laser course in there, but our SVGs, the vinyl version, you get 2 versions when you join of SVGs, just like you do in the SVG club. Those vinyl ones, you can pull into any laser program and you can use the laser with them. But let me make this clear. We do have a laser. Many of our people have glow forges and other lasers too. So it's not a laser community, but many of us have lasers, if that makes sense. So there's nothing geared towards that, but there's community support, if that makes sense. Our members are amazing. They make the CMM what the CMM is. It's truly, it's a cool program. Kelly says she can make a laser course. Kelly's and Peyton are our laser people around here. Can you imagine? Kelly, we should have you do that. It definitely would probably need to go into the salty maker side of the profitable sign maker. Yeah, what we're going to do, Dana, is we'll open up the CMM. You can join at any time, but we always do really special things a couple of times a year, and that's getting ready to come up. So, I mean, you could join now if you wanted to and still get into a mentor program because we offer that for anybody. But we do, if you come in during openings, like you get assigned a mentor, and we usually have some sort of early bird bonus if you join within the first 24 hours that we're open, that kind of thing. So like our big opening, we have specials that we do during our big opening. So that will be coming up. Example of community. I posted a painting I didn't love the background on. With the help of the CMM, I got a ton of ideas and painted a version I love. Oh, that's awesome, Olivia. Mariah's new. So Mariah, you can get into one of those mentor programs whenever we open that up. After we open, it'd be really good for you because I know you just joined here recently. The community is worth it, even if that's all you use. I have never been in a group where you ask a question within minutes, you have people helping you. We can call it the well shit. Let's laser something with Kelly. I mean, I lasered a tomato so that I feel qualifies me. Peyton, you should be on this live to read Kelly's comments.
Okay.
She says, I'll just read this one to you. They were saying something about a laser course. Kelly says that she could do a laser course, and we would call it the well shit. Let's laser something with Kelly. She says, I mean, I lasered a tomato, so I feel like that qualifies me.
She did.
Look at Peyton. Kelly. We're kind of missing you around here. I hope Rosalie is feeling better and you'll be back to work. You're like the sense of humor in here. How long does it take to ship the stencils? Our sale closed on, what day did our sale close? Monday or Friday?
Friday.
It closed on Friday, so it'll be a week tomorrow. But 1 to 2 week in general, if you're ever ordering from us, 1 to 2 weeks processing. since we do cut or make everything still ourselves. Okay, girls, I am going to show you one last thing that I worked on completely out of my comfort zone. I'll just leave this here. There's nowhere to go. I have worked myself right to this area. Have you guys seen the free flowing? I actually posted a video on CMM if you haven't seen it, because I did a screen recording of a little bit of it. But like the free flowing strokes, like the free stroke art kind of thing, totally out of my wheelhouse. I don't know, it just really is pushing me. I love the look of it, but it's not my style, right? So I've been watching different and looking at, different art with like these free strokes. Like I find it amazing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like I'm like looking, I'm like, how do they see that? Like I follow this one lady on TikTok, and like she goes up to her piece and she stands up, and I understand why they stand up because it is really hard to see up close. And she does like this. And then before you know it, I mean, she's just doing like this, and then it's like this huge bouquet of flowers. Like whenever she takes the camera and like zooms it back, it's really amazing. I have followed her. Well, I mean, I've honestly probably been doing this more than a couple of years, because I have followed her through. I went to look her up here the other day too, and she's on her 3rd pregnancy. When I started watching her, she wasn't even married. So I guess it's been a long time ago. And I've just always found it fascinating. Well, I wanted to try it, and I started yesterday, and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. It's tough. If you are used to doing blending and being exact lines and all this kind of stuff with painting, it's really, it is a very difficult thing. So like you're basically painting at the end of your brush, and just like, it's like this. I'm not kidding you. However, I did a big one yesterday because I want artwork back over behind my doors. So this is my very first one. I do not feel comfortable to teach it yet. Like, I just don't. But for my first one, I thought it turned out pretty good. So there it is. But if you look up close, I mean, I'm like, this looks like a kindergartner. And this is what you're seeing, like, as you're, like, painting, like, painting it. And it's like, I mean, what? And then you step back, and it's like, wow. Isn't that wild? So anyway, I'm going to try it on some of these blocks that I just pulled. And then I might try some flowers on these pieces here to kind of match what I've got going on right now. So anyway, and then Andrea, she's working on a piece too over here. So these will have to be framed out. But Andrea working on this. She's not happy with it. She said she's frustrated with her piece. I came in and I'm like, you are? I mean, why? It's so pretty. So anyway, you think the flowers are going to be easier? I'm going to try some flowers and see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But anyway, well, Dana, if you decide to join the CMM, we can't wait to see you on the inside in there. And don't be a stranger whenever you join. Ask questions, do all the things, or wait until we do openings, get some bonuses and all that too. So that's up to you. But anyway, think about it, and we'll see you soon. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for joining. So with that being said, cheers from my cup of coffee to yours. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Cheers from my coffee cup to yours.